Hey everybody, if you've been watching my YouTube channel, you know I'm survive on digital data and I've had the grandfathered Verizon Unlimited plan, and some of you have been commenting on that video saying that this is outdated, and that's because in February, this last month, it's now March, middle of February, they announced suddenly a new unlimited plan that anybody can sign up for. And I did the math on it, and actually I would save money. I would save about 30 something dollars a month because it includes hotspot on it automatically, and I would be eligible for upgrades, which means buying phones at discounted prices. So I think that I would actually save about $1,000 a year. But then I wanted to know, well, what changes? What's different? So I went to the Verizon website, and here's what you got to decide if you're a big time heavy user like I am, whether it's worth that switch over to save $1,000 a year. What happens once you reach the 10 gigabyte limit on mobile hotspot? Well, right now I'm on mobile hotspot using it, and I'm already at 1.5 gigabytes, not even gone through the first 24 hours of my plan. So this would impact me. And unfortunately, you drop down to 3G right away. They drop you down to 3G and you don't get 4G LTE anymore. So that is a huge problem for me. I wouldn't be able to watch videos, without being all choppy. Other things like that, speeds would be drastically reduced. So right there is a big negative for me. And then here's the other thing. What happens after you use 22 gigabytes of data? Well, then you are put in queue, it sounds like. They may temporarily slow you down, and it only happens when you hit 22 gigabytes of data. What does that mean? I'm guessing slowing down means probably that they put you over to 3G temporarily. So here they're saying when you get 10 gigabytes of hotspot, you're automatically on 3G indefinitely until your billing cycle switches over. Here they're probably saying that once you hit 22 gigabytes of total data, which get, I will hit that within the first 1 to 2 weeks of the month, no matter what, maybe even more, maybe even less than that. Then I'll probably be going over to 3G sporadically if there's congestion on the cell tower. So I thought about this for a little while, and because of these stipulations, the fact that I'm a heavy user and I use mobile hotspot a lot, I'm going to stay with what I have and hope that I keep it around 100 gigabytes or so, and they don't kick me off. But as you may or may not know, they're going to increase this now. They've said, although I don't see it in writing anywhere, that on this new plan you can use up to 500 gigabytes. And they were saying right before they surprisingly announced the plan that you had only 100 gigabytes to use on the grandfather plan. So I don't know if they're changing that to 500 gigabytes all around. I don't know what, but regardless, now at least I know if I end up going over and they start to kick me off the grandfather, I'll at least have an option to go to with Verizon. And I think, if you use the biggest thing for Verizon these days in 2017 is if you go into very remote rural areas, you're going to get service, and usually good service. That's the difference between Verizon and any other carrier now, and that's probably why people have been leaving Verizon, because they do charge more, but most people don't utilize that. I do. I go to very remote rural areas, and I use lots and lots of data, so I'm sticking with the grandfathered unlimited plan. Comment here and let me know what you're doing. I'd like to hear from you, and who knows, I might change my mind. Thanks for watching.